All right, well, happening right now, protesters are gathering outside the McLennan County Sheriff's Office. They are protesting a vote that is happening at 9 o'clock this morning, so in about 30 minutes. The McLennan County Board of Commissioners is set to approve an agreement between its Sheriff's Office and ICE. So right now, people are gathering to protest that agreement. And Texas Today reporter Brendan Cope, well, he is there now, live in Waco. So Brendan, what are the protesters saying, and why does the sheriff's office want to team up, or partner, I should say, with ICE?
Well, Jasmine, yeah, I'm right outside the sheriff's office right here, and there's probably about 50 protesters right here, and they're frustrated with how they're approaching this immigration enforcement decision, specifically with a task force model, which we'll get into in just a second. But I'm gonna give you a better look at what's going on here. Like I said, about 50 protesters, all with signs, standing in front of the sheriff's office, taking a stand, which is about to be a vote of approval, or is expected to be a vote of approval from the Board of Commissioners. That's about to happen in just about 30 minutes. But over here, I actually have one of the protesters with me, Bruce Allen. Yeah, come on in, man. And, yeah, good morning. So why are you out here today?
I'm out here because our county commissioners and our sheriff's office have adopted a policy that would make our sheriff's deputies essentially ICE officers, and we pay our public taxes for public safety, not for terrorizing brown communities. And they've allowed no time for input from the public whatsoever, provided no information to the public whatsoever. And we're demanding that they delay this vote, that they provide adequate information, and they give time for public input, because we're a democracy. We pay their salaries. They should seek our input before making decisions.
Yeah, because Senate Bill 8, it's not required to be official until the beginning of December, so they have plenty of time, but the motion's already been set. And so what they're considering is the task force model. There's three options to choose from, but right now it's a task force model. I mean, what's your issue with that specific way?
Well, of course, Governor Abbott and friends, Senate Bill 8 required some kind of cooperation between all counties and the Department of ICE. And the task force model, it just takes our deputies away from protecting us. It makes them essentially work for ICE, and they need to be working for our public safety. There are other models that are much less draconian and respect people's rights more, and allow deputies to focus on what we hired them for, which is keeping us safe and not terrorizing our neighbors.
Bruce, thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to it. And like Bruce was talking about, there are different models that the county could consider. So we're about to get into this right now. Like I said, Senate Bill 8 is requiring the sheriff's office to enter this agreement. But the protesters and immigration advocates are asking for a delay. So take a look at what we got.
Look at what's happening in America, it's happening right here in McLennan County.
That's Blake Burleson. He's the co-founder of Heart of Texas Network for Immigration Rights.
It will also erode the trust in our immigrant community.
McLennan County Sheriff Parnell McNamara says no racial profiling will come from the new law.
We never racially profile. I don't tolerate it. We don't do it.
Tuesday's meeting agenda says trained deputies will be allowed to interrogate, arrest without warrants, and serve warrants to anyone they and ICE agents believe are here illegally.
We don't want the good name of our sheriff and his deputies to be besmirched by these tactics that ICE is doing.
Senate Bill 8 gives law enforcement agencies three different models to choose from: jail enforcement, warrant service officer, and task force. McLennan County went with task force, which ICE states serves as a force multiplier for law enforcement agencies to enforce limited immigration authority with ICE oversight during their routine police duties. Burleson argues this model is the most aggressive.
Do you think the sheriff's office should have pursued the other option of the warrant style?
Absolutely, yeah. So, and many counties in Texas are pursuing the other option, so it's a choice.
Here's what Sheriff McNamara had to say about the decision.
Why did the McLennan County Sheriff's Office decide to go with the task force model rather than the other two?
Well, we looked at all three, and the task force model was the less disruptive to our daily duties.
What about it is less disruptive than the other two?
Well, all it entails is that if we encounter a person or persons that we believe to be illegal during our normal workday, whether it's a traffic stop or whether we're serving warrants or whatever, then we stop, we call ICE, there's an ICE hotline. They will determine if that person is illegal, and will tell us you need to put them in jail or you need to turn them loose.
Well, something else to point out that Sheriff McNamara also said to me is that this process of selecting the task force model has been in the works for months. Now, Jasmine, this has to be in agreement. It is legally required of this county to enter this agreement with ICE. And so if it is approved in this 9 o'clock meeting, the deputies will then undergo training, and then ASAP, they will start working with ICE agents for immigration enforcement. So coming up at 11 a.m., I will bring you its final decision and give you reactions of how the County Board of Commissioners voted and how everyone here is reacting, as well as community leaders. Live in Waco, Brandon Cope, KCN 6 News.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Great information there. We'll let you get back to that protest behind you.